Bitcoin is about to break out anytime soon. We are seeing a perfect bottom out signal. And if we manage to break this resistance towards the upside and break this pattern, targets around the $100 till $105,000 are there for Bitcoin. If we look at the total market cap, we can see that we see a clear ABC structure. And we are in the next phase. E has landed here. And the next move will be FNG. And that is a major money flow back into crypto. That will cause for a major price expansion for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other altcoins. If we look at the lower time frame for Bitcoin, we can see that we are finding support here. But this is my next target, and this is where I am looking out for the next moves on Bitcoin. We will dive into that and way more in today's video, but first of all I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day in crypto, and I would really appreciate you guys to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and like this daily update video if you love those updates. And let's dive right away into the data for now, because what we can see here on the 8-hour time frame, we are generating and making a bullish Adam and Eve pattern. And what is so important about this pattern? I'm gonna deep dive into that now, because why is this first move so important for the bottom out signal? It is really interesting because this sharp move towards the downside is the most important part of this whole bottom signal. Why? This means pure capitulation, so people were freaking out the market, people were panic selling, and that is exactly what you want to see at the bottom. That's why it is so important to see such a shakeout like this on the markets. That is pure capitulation. Everyone was get out of the market here. Everyone was scared. That is the exact moment good bottoms get formed. But that's not the only phase we need to see. After that we need to range, because price has got a really big shock towards the downside. So we need to get fuel in the market with liquidity, with buy orders for the price before going up. And that is exactly what we have been seeing here, because we are tapping every major support zone here. We are getting accumulated here. We are breaking out of ranges every single time. Time to accumulate Bitcoin, time to sell Bitcoin. Right now, everyone has said, institutions and entities got their time to get in Bitcoin, and that is exactly what happened, because everyone waited, every big entity waited for this move towards the downside, and we saw that. Every entity has their time to buy their Bitcoin, but there will be a time we will be breaking out towards the upside, and that is where Bitcoin will go nuclear towards the upside and massive price targets will get hit if we see a breakout. I think easily $100,000 till $105,000 is inevitable for Bitcoin. We will see a pump towards at least this level. And I think if we break out of this bottom structure, we are breaking a very interesting thing in the market. And the 115s towards 110s is here next for Bitcoin. So I'm keeping my eyes very, very close about the breakout for Bitcoin, because it will happen anytime soon here. Also, if we look at the total market cap, we can see that we have a very important support here. We tapped it many times, and this was really good for Bitcoin. We shook people out of the market. We saw a pump and a perfect retest. So this is a really valid trend line. But we have seen it get tapped 2 times here. If we break out of this pattern, this ABC pattern, we will see a touch towards that level. So for now, I'm not planning to see a dump towards this level, but if we break this pattern above here towards the downside, it is really important to know that we will have a very important support below us. That is the 1, 2, 3 line, and if we touch, it would be the 4th touch here, and that is really, really important. Then if we look at this pattern here, we are compressing towards an edge point, and that will cause for a major move towards the upside. We are currently at a very important support zone in the market. Every single time we tap this support zone, the price tapped back into the top of this range, top of this compression, and that is exactly what I think will happen right now. But a really interesting fact, if we look at the history of this pattern, we can see that we tapped one time, two times on the lower side, and the third time was the move that started to break out towards the upside. And that third touch is exactly what we are seeing right now. So I really think that if the total market cap managed to break towards the upside of the range, we will see a breakout, and a breakout here will cause for a major money flow back in crypto, back in Bitcoin, and back in Ethereum. And if that happens, you are already too late. So that is why you need to scale in your Bitcoin at such an important point in the market, at very important support for the total market cap, at a Bitcoin pattern that hasn't been breaking out yet. We are not breaking out, and that is the exact moment you want to scale your Bitcoin, because if you break out here, the price will move pretty fast towards the upside. Then if we look at a very important level here, we can see that we perfectly managed to dump towards our lines, and that was the exact lines I was looking for trades. This line got stopped out of the trade, didn't get any reaction, but here on the second line I bought spot and I entered a trade. For now, what is really important, we are not seeing a real breakout yet. I'm gonna remove these lines. Of course, we are seeing a really nice touch, but it is really important for Bitcoin, and that is the line we are rejecting right now, to break above this red line with the candle open and with the candle close. Right now we are rejecting it, but if price managed to gain a lot of strength here and we will break it towards the upside, then the next move towards the $95,000 is inevitable for Bitcoin. So if we break towards the upside, see a gain, and I will keep you posted about it, we can long this trade towards the upside, towards the $95,000. But like I said, if these things happen in the market, I will keep you posted, of course, over on my X page. So please make sure to follow me over on X as well to never miss a trade setup ever again in crypto. And please make sure to join my free Telegram group. It's completely free, but I'm sharing all my trade setups right over there. So if you never want to miss a move ever again in crypto, please make sure to join my free Telegram link with the first link in the description. And then the best exchange out there is WeX. So I'm giving all the calls, I'm giving all the setups, but the only thing you need to do is trade those trades and moves over on the best exchange out there, and that is WeX for now. If you want to make a WeX account, please make sure to do it through the second link in the description. And if you do so, you will have the best trading circumstances and the best trading setups in the whole crypto market here. If we look at some on-chain data, we can actually see that retail is still on the sidelines and retail participation remains absent, and that is really important, because what we can see in the market is we are still seeing every single day some more bullish signals in the market, and we are seeing whales accumulating. We are seeing price getting a pump here without retail. And really important, and I'm gonna call it right here, Bitcoin will break out eventually about a bottom pattern we have been talking about. With that, Bitcoin will pump towards the 100,000, towards the $105,000. That is pure with entities, with institutional buys. And with that, if that happens, retail will come back to the market around the $105,000. And I think if we see and manage to get retail back in the market around the $100,000 and $105,000, that could be very, very good for Bitcoin. And that will cause for a major money flow back in crypto again, which will lead to a massive explosion towards the upside. So this is for now not a really good thing, but I know if the bottom is set and we break out towards the upside, retail will return, and that is massive, because that is a major money flow happening on the right time on Bitcoin. We will end with that, and with that, Please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day ever again in crypto. And of course, you can join my free Telegram link with the free Telegram group with the first link in the description. And I would really appreciate you guys to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and like this daily update video. And I'll see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.